baraza la mawaziri hapa Jivanji. Tulia hapo hapo.
A peaceful nation has emerged thanks to our ability to look at the bigger picture and the willingness of our opponents to engage. Our issues as a party and problems as a nation are not gone despite the calm that has returned to the land. But we have an environment to soberly identify and seek solutions to those problems. I wish to thank you and all our supporters for supporting the Building Bridges initiative to a new Kenyan nation. I am aware that many of you had the concerns about the circumstances under which the initiative came to be. But as we have gone out to explain, you have come out to embrace the move as a necessary product of the circumstances and one that is good for our country and our party. For purposes of helping you take the message to the grassroots, I will highlight key contents of the BBI and why they matter. I believe we are in agreement that the biggest challenge facing our country today is how to create one united nation out of our diversities. Creating one nation out of Kenya has been the dream of this party since its inception, more than a decade ago. It has always been the dream of our founding fathers. We have also agreed the need to create a more positive culture in our country, built around national ethos that are currently lacking. We are currently defined by mega corruption and violence, a tag that works against us in favor of our neighbors. We also agree that there are Kenyans who feel completely left out in the affairs of their nation. Kenyans who don't feel they are Kenyans because they are ignored and marginalized in their own land. We are also in agreement that devolution has done wonders for our country, but it needs to be strengthened so that it can offer more benefits to more people than it has so far done. And we are agreed that we need to fix our elections so that elections cease being a threat to our stability, economy, and lives every 5 years. Corruption in particular is eating our country from inside out, and we agreed that we must devise new, radical, and more ruthless measures to deal with the corrupt or we sink as a nation. These, in brief, are the issues of the Building Bridges to the New Kenyan Nation initiative that we entered into at around this time last year, and that has changed the tone of our politics across the nation. On the 9th of this month, we are going to be celebrating the first anniversary. I thank you once again for supporting this initiative despite earlier misgivings and doubts. And I want to appeal to you to do more. As you are aware, the BBI team is currently going around the country collecting views on all the 9 issues identified in our MOU. I encourage you to familiarize yourselves with the issues and go out and give your views on how to deal with these issues. The BBI team has now covered 19 counties. I urge you to sensitize our people to engage. I'm aware that there are other issues that this meeting is expected to address with regard to party affiliation and loyalty. I wish to remind our members and supporters that despite the handshake and the Building Bridges initiative, the party loyalty remains both critical and valuable. Even as we reach out and encourage our members to do so and build bridges with one-time adversaries, we must draw the line between building bridges and undermining our party in the name of the handshake. We are not using the handshake for conspiracies against our party and to shield criminal enterprises. Our goal must always be to fashion a party that is clear in its goals and united in purpose, strategy, and resolve. We are focused on a fundamental recovery of the soul and the architecture of the Kenyan nation. We remain unchanged in our resolve as a party to create a free, fair, equitable, just, and democratic nation in Kenya. To this end, let us put aside our selfish inclinations and begin to work for the party and Kenyans, not for ourselves. To be in a good position to realize our dreams for our country, we must organize and strengthen the party at the grassroots. In many places today, there is confusion about who our officials are and about the issues and our stand on them in the era of building bridges. The party must move with speed and address these issues. Finally, I want this party to stand firmly against corruption and the corrupt. Our party must sensitize our people across the country to reject, name and shame those involved in this crime against the people. We are witnessing a level of corruption never seen before in our country. It is a web that has all the makings of a criminal enterprise working from within the state itself. We must reject attempts by this enterprise to turn the war against them into an affair of their communities, and we must reject attempts by these criminals to target, criminalize, and stigmatize investigative agencies. We must take lead in making life difficult for purveyors of corruption. And you see them, they are bold, they are fearless, and they are reckless. As you can see, they will be contemptuous, but we must stand firm and show them that Kenya is bigger. Kenya is bigger and more important than any one of us. And a crime is a crime, a criminal is a criminal. And this issue should not be ethnicized. If Raila Odinga commits a crime, it is not the Luos who committed the crime. If it is some Mungeri, it is not the Kisis. If it is Agnes Zani, it is not the Digos. Edwin Sifuna, it is not the Luhias. And so on and so forth. People must be prepared to carry their own crosses themselves. Uliiba peke yako na utabeba peke yako. Manake saidi unaiba, huje kutuambia sisi nimeiba kesi hii, tafadhali tugawanye. Unakula peke yako na bibi yako, watoto yako. Kwa hivyo sisi tunasema mwizi ni mwizi. Tusiseme tu huyu jamaa anajua kutengeneza pesa. Siku hizi wamekuja na neno, in the embedded the words, so and so knows how to make money, not how to earn money. We must make Kenyans earn money. toil, labor to earn your income. There are those Kenyans who work from the 1st to the 30th of the month and then wait to be paid a salary. But there are those who were told, amejua kutengeneza pesa. Amejua kutengeneza pesa. Tunaweza kutengeneza wapi? Badala ya kusema jamaa anajua kuiba pesa, una dignify the people we call the entrepreneurs. They do nothing else. They sleep until 10 o'clock or 11. Then they wake up and begin to go through offices where the tenders to be. There's a project there at this corporation and this other corporation. Unajua nani? Unajua nani? Mwambie hiyo kitu kwake. Tutawekea ingine huko nje. Na wewe utapata kitu. And so on and so forth. These are the terms. This is how. Please, let us not shield these people. They come up with mega projects, conceived, which there is no intention of ever implementing those projects. The intention is only to use those projects to fleece money from the treasury. And then that money is eventually going to be repaid by you. Today, this country is choking the weight of debt. Nearly about 5 trillion shillings. And they also say, where did this all go to? Having debt is not a crime. All countries have debts. Even the United States of America has debts. Even China has debts. But you have to say, what did this debt go to do? So you'll be prepared to repay it if it did something that's beneficial to you. But if it did something beneficial, then you will be feeling the effect of that thing that it did. The economy will be growing. So the economy will be able to carry that debt. But if the economy is shrinking at the same time, something is terribly wrong. The country is moving quickly towards bankruptcy. We are going towards where Greece was or is today. And we don't want, that must be avoided. We must continue to develop this country. We will do it in a transparent way. Everybody is a taxpayer. When they're collecting taxes, they don't only collect it from those who are in government or those who voted for government. They collect it from everybody. From the ODM supporters, from Jubilee, from ANC, from Wiper, and so on and so forth. So we all pay taxes. Therefore, nobody should come and say we are only going to develop areas which voted for us. Every part of Kenya is entitled to development equally, irrespective of their political party. This is how we are going to develop a free and independent and a just society. And that really is the aim and the meaning of the handshake. The handshake is an embrace to bring the different communities of Kenya together so that we can start a journey toward the Kenyan dream as coined by the founding fathers of our nation. And you just sang it when you started. Mungu bariki Kenya. Haki iwe ngao na mlinzi. Tukae na ndugu, amani na uhuru. Raha tupate na ustawi. That is where we want to go. That is where the founding fathers of this nation wanted to take Kenya. And that is what we want to do in this country. And that will not be achieved if we allow these thieves to continue looting our country. And we must say no, and we say nobody is above the law. Nobody is above the law. And if somebody is stealing, don't go and shout there and tell us that, oh, 7 billion shillings is nothing. 7 billion shillings is not pocket change. Sio pesa ya kununua mandazi. Alafu wanaenda pande hii. Leo wanasema mimi ni hapa, mimi ni huyu, kama nini? Oh, sisi mimi ni wakulima. Akitoka pale sisi tunafanya kazi. Tena pale mimi ni mfugaji. Yeye ni kama ile mnyama anaitwa popo. Unajua popo? Unajua popo? Ukizungu anaitwa bat. Wajaluo anaitwa lake tiger. Unajua hadithi ya popo? Popo alikuwa na laghai wa nyama na wa ndege. Akaenda kwa wanyama, anasema mimi ni mujahidi. Amani mimi niko na masikio. Na mimi niko na meno. Anakaribishwa. Akienda kwa ndege anasema mimi ni mujahidi. Amani mimi niko na mabawa. Mimi napaa angani. Mnyama gani anaweza kupaa angani? Anakaribishwa. Lakini baadaye wanyama na ndege waligundua ulaghai wa popo. Akasema wewe si ndege, wewe si mnyama. Wewe ni ndumakuwili. Unajua ndumakuwili? Ndumakuwili ni ile inaonekana kama nyoka, lakini si nyoka. Sasa ukiona ikitembea inaonekana kama nyoka. Jaluo anaita dhagaria. Kuku ikipata yeye, kuku ina meza. Kuku ikisa meza, anatembea ndani ya tumbo ya kuku, anatoka huku nyuma. Akiangalia namna hiyo anaona nyingine hapo. Ana meza tena. Tena anapita huku. Anatoka huku kwa mkundu. Akiangalia naona. Hiyo ndio ndumakuwili. Kwa hiyo hawa ni ndumakuwili. Asante sana.
Tumpigie basi makofi.
Naam, bila shaka mtazamaji, hizo hapo ni taarifa kutoka maeneo hayo ya Karen, ambapo ni baraza kuu la chama cha ODM likikongamana, na aliyemaliza kuzungumza pale ni kinara wa chama hicho cha ODM Bwana Raila Odinga pale